Yuwindu Carolyn, Nadu Bunnigal Gulbara Gadigal. I got evicted in the last month from my home that I'd lived in for 30 years. And I was not asked at any point, did I want to stay? Did I want to go? No, it was like, you have to go.
The housing situation's fucked. Property developers and wealthy people are making billions of dollars a year out of housing, while ordinary people can't find a place to live.
Government after government has prioritised the interests of big developers, of big investors and of the banks over and above the community, over and above the people that they purport to represent. That is an absolute shame. So we are here together to fight for housing justice like never before. Are you ready to fight for housing justice like never before?
Tax concessions for developers, the financialisation of the housing market. We had a housing crisis after the Second World War. To solve it, the government built the equivalent of what would have been 150,000 homes every year during that crisis. Public housing that ordinary people could live in, not just people who are, suffering from extreme medical conditions, but essential workers could live in that kind of housing. And by the 80s, we had one of the best public housing systems in the world, and that's just been steadily demolished over the last, 40, 50 years, so that now we've just got this completely privatised market where landlords basically get to profit off the suffering of renters.
Housing is a human right! That is why we're here to fight! Housing is a human right! That is why we're here to fight! Housing is a human right! That is why we're here to fight! Housing is a human right! That is why we're here to fight! Housing is a human right! That is why we're here to fight! Housing people! Housing people! Housing people!
I think they want to look like they're doing something, but look, put it in context, right? $40 billion a year in tax handouts to landlords and property developers. $30 billion a year, every single year, in tax handouts to the wealthiest people with the Stage 3 tax cuts. $350 billion spent over the next 10 years on AUKUS. And they want us to believe that a once-off $10 billion is taking the housing crisis seriously. It's bullshit. I was reading the other day, they're knocking down blocks of units in the eastern suburbs to build single-family homes, and those get counted towards the government's supposed million new homes that they're building, when it's actually a loss. An apartment complex that might have had 30 people in it now has 2 to 4. Public housing, we've done it before. We just need to do what we did last time. So public housing is just housing that the government owns, and it rents out to people at a proportion of their income, which is different to affordable housing, which is just saying the market rate is this and we'll shave 10% off, and supposedly that's affordable housing. So that if you have a low income, you're still paying only a percentage of whatever your low income is, and so that means that you're not living in housing stress. That's what public housing is, and that's what we need.